All right. So today is very special. Not only that surrounding the whole Sora thing coming out, but this is something completely different, a different topic, and something related to my life. I don't know how to go about this at all. But today I finally got something I've been trying to get for a very long time, for 5 years exactly, around that time. So I got my high school diploma. So I'm gonna show you it real quick. My high school diploma. This is basically a closing to the biggest story arc that me, Tony, Marineman, whoever you want to call me, has ever had in my entire life. This story arc of me. This is just school fees. It was like, let me see how much the school fees were. $215. So for the longest time, the school had my diploma, and for the longest time I didn't know why until around this time 2 years ago. Or maybe not even around this time, maybe it was in the summer, around this time 2 years ago. I found out it's because I had school fees, and it's not because they were trying to hold it from me. It's just I had school fees to pay, and I finally was able to get an organization to help me pay the school fees. With 215, that doesn't sound like a lot, but like I'm not Mr. Moneybags from Spyro. I don't have all the gems and all the rubies and stuff that I can just have and just fly in my face and dish out to anyone. If I was even Moneybags, I wouldn't dish out any money to anyone because I'm Moneybags. This whole chapter in my life involving the high school is now over. There's nothing left. All the music, all the videos of either the girl, Brad, all of those videos, that's a different chapter. That's the past chapter. This is a new chapter now. That is over. That is done. And I'm happy to say that I can finally move on with this in my possession now. This is like finding the power crystal in Crash Bandicoot and beating the level. That's the equivalent of that. I want to walk you through how I felt walking back into my high school 5 years later. I went with my case manager. We got Taco Bell. We were just chilling. It was calm. And then we left Taco Bell. And that's when it started to happen. The swelling of this returning dark feeling. This feeling that was so dark and so sad and scary that I haven't felt it in literally 5 years. This pure anxiety. I felt it in my heart. Usually I felt it in my stomach. No, I felt it in my heart this time. We go up to the school, and I just remember walking up to those doors, and it was like TV static. It was literally TV static within my body that was going on. And we get into the office. Honestly, if I had the option or if I had to go deeper into the school, it would have not have happened. The feeling that I've had was so overwhelming. I could barely bear it. So basically, that entire time, we're talking with the people in the office. We're like, hey, we're here for the diploma. Do you want the school fees transcript or whatever it is? And then we were like, yeah. And what about the actual transcript? What do we do with that? I'm trying to get into college. And they were like, oh, do this. We do that. And then she handed it to me. And I grabbed it and I was kind of like this. I was like, holy shit. I have it. And I didn't open it. I didn't open it yet. They were like, congratulations. And I turned around, and that swelling feeling in me, like it was like a size of a baseball in my heart. It became a size of like probably a basketball. That's how immense the feeling was at that point, because I had it in my hand, and the longer I was in there, the more that swelling feeling of anxiety was growing. Once it peaked to that basketball, it kind of stayed there. I walked out, and my case manager said, how do you feel? And I said, I don't know how to feel. We walked out the front doors, and that's when it hit me like a rocket. I just broke down. I don't know what if it was tears of joy or just the overwhelming feeling of anxiety just being in that building after 5 years. I basically tackled my case manager crying on his shoulder because this feeling was so overwhelming, and I knew that this past chapter has finally have its ending. It may not be the best ending, but it has its ending. We get into his car and we're like, let's see it. And I looked at it, and I was full expecting to not have my principal's name because my principal is not at the school anymore. It's been so long. I thought they just printed it off. No, this is like the original copy. As the Board of Education, it has my name as the treasurer and the principal. I'm just blown away because I didn't think I would be able to get it, because this is the one thing I felt like they had over me. Just this one like key to the door that I couldn't open and get out, because I said it in my music, I've said it in past videos. I like to revisit the past a lot, whether it's in a new light or whether just to fucking make fun of me because how stupid I was, or with grievance and anger. Now I feel like, just like the album, to start another chapter. This is literally another chapter. I can finally close it. Say I'm done. It's amazing that I can just forget all this. It's crazy. I always think about like the intros to the Kingdom Hearts games, and they like initially they don't make sense. Like the intro to Kingdom Hearts 1 still doesn't make sense to me to this day. It's like I've been having these strange thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real or not? It didn't make sense to me, and then I try to look into the bigger picture, just phrases and stuff. And Kingdom Hearts 3's made the most sense. If it's your fate, every step forward is a step closer to home. And it's just like, I was taking these steps forward, and it's time I took these steps to move on or talk about it and revisit. It was a step closer to bringing this home, because that meant I never gave up. I never gave up on trying to get this. I never gave up trying to get what I deserve from that traumatic experience. I refuse to freaking go on with my life without a diploma, especially if I'm trying to get into college and go into film school. I refuse, because it baffles me that it's been so long and I can still get it. Like, I thought it would be, no, you can't get it, it's done. It's been too long. But no, I got it now. It's in my hands. I got it now. And it's done. That chapter is done. It's over. Now, well, does this mean that I won't revisit this topic of school in my music? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on how I'm feeling. And, school has given me a lot. And not even school, but the girl. I'm not going to say her name. But the girl has given me a lot of material. It's just how I dealt with all the pain, is just doing the music and whatnot. And, if I go to film school, maybe I'll make short stories about it. Maybe, obviously changing names and stuff, because I'm not trying to get sued or anything. Yeah, make short stories about it. About how I was over obsessive and how I let it draw myself into this ever deep lasting darkness of the pit of despair, and turning into this emo boy, not contacting the one best friend that I had that I met over Xbox for some reason. It's whatever now. It's over. It's done. If I choose to revisit in a new art form, I might do that. And maybe give a new audience. Maybe people don't like my music, but maybe they will like my film. If I ever try to make it. I don't want to ramble on too long. I think that's all the thoughts that I have. But I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And I want to thank everybody that has supported me. Thank you for staying by my side. every step of the way. I didn't think this was ever going to happen, and it finally has happened. Just so many things I just didn't think was going to happen, happened this week, and all the things that I've waited so long or anticipated for. But looks like this is the week of happenings, and good happenings at that, which is very good. Again, thank you for staying with me all this time, and thank you for all the support. What this means in the future is just another chapter, and another chapter is just another exciting thing for me. I'll see you, Emergence Barnes, on the next mission. Marineman out. Bye bye.